Welcome. I am Michael Coleman, Cloud Architect at F5 Government Solutions. In this 5-minute video, I'll be discussing secure cloud architectures for the federal government. Before we jump in, I just wanted to mention the importance of secure cloud architectures. Secure connectivity is one of the biggest hurdles for government cloud adoption. Our customers need secure architectures that are easy to deploy, easy to use, and easy to sustain. And most importantly, the architectures need to comply with governance models like SCCA and TIC. So let's start at the beginning. In January 2017, DISA released a governance model for the Secure Cloud Computing Architecture functional requirements, detailing over 100 requirements for agencies to ensure existed in their environments when moving to the cloud. In December 2019, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency released TIC 3.0 Security Capabilities Handbook, which is currently a draft. They took an interesting approach by open sourcing all the documents as well. Since we're talking about DoD and Civ models, some terms may be mixed and matched, but the concepts are going to be the same. The goal here in both of these documents was to ensure the boundary security. The scope of the guidance covers detection, protection, and response to cyber threats against the government. Now, what is exactly covered in the SCCA and TIC guidance? And just a real quick side note here, this is a 5-minute video, not a technical deep dive, so there may be topics that we don't cover. That said, there's guidance for cloud access points, or CAPs, and CAPs are specifically tailored to operate at impact level 4 and 5. So in order to support on and off-prem CSPs, CAP requirements are broken into internal and boundary CAP requirements. Next on the list is the Virtual Data Center Security Stack, or VDSS. The VDSS is what provides the core data center-like network security capabilities, like firewalls, intrusion detection, prevention, web application firewalls, etc. Often, I recommend customers evaluate integrating bot protection and denial of service protection as well. There's no reason to pay for bad traffic. Next is the Virtual Data Center Managed Service, or VDMS, which is where the system management services reside. These are systems like IDAM, Identity and Access Management, and HVSS. There's also guidance for Trusted Cloud Credential Manager, but this is a person, so it's not covered in this video. With the exception of the TCCM, all functional requirements are applicable to all cloud service models, infrastructure, platform, and software as a service. Also, requirements are not specific to the providers. On top of the functional requirements, there are also standard security implementations and requirements guides to follow. An important note for most of our federal customers moving to the cloud, just moving to an approved CSP with the appropriate certifications does not mitigate the requirements for your FISMA or RMF processes. You're not magically secure. Just check the breach reports. You'll see some fine examples. So why is F5 talking to you about secure cloud architectures? Well, number one, we worked with the major government CSPs to build quick start templates to get you moving towards a validated SCCA or TIC design. We worked under a very specific set of principles. Number one, we had security baked in. We didn't want a bolted on solution. Rather, an integrated solution to the cloud environments. We wanted a repeatable data path in all environments. Traffic had to maintain similar logical flows regardless of environment or CSP. Reusable services were important in order to take advantage of reusable infrastructure services. We wanted to reduce sprawl, preventing ad hoc deployments in architecture, and stability and agility were a must. The security framework could not reduce the stability or elasticity of the environment or impede a CI/CD pipeline. So F5 has what we call secure cloud architectures. SCCA falls underneath that umbrella. Providing security architectures is something that we have done for a long time now. The only real change here is providing the code to customer, in this case, placing the infrastructure as code solutions in the hands of you, the engineer. Also, utilizing our automation and orchestration framework to provide security baseline configs at launch. This is a language-agnostic API for pipeline integration. So your options today are manually build a complex networking infrastructure in the CSP of your choice, deploy the devices, onboard, license, provision features, configure the features, and hope everything goes well. Or I could use some infrastructure as code to have things up in 10 to 30 minutes, depending on which use case works best for you. Can't install configuration tools like Puppet, Chef, Terraform, or Ansible? That's cool. We have some cloud-native templates for you. we've worked with the major federal cloud service providers to establish these solutions. The end result is dual vendor validated templates that get you where you need to be for a baseline. You may have also heard about SCCA, Secure Azure Computing Architecture. The AWS release should be live by the end of February. That all said, these code to customer templates are available in GitHub. They are community supported. They are not the 100% solution. They're just enough to get you there. There will be some manual labor required on your part, or you could have us come out and finish that last mile for you. The intent here is to get the infrastructure up, get baseline security in place, and then start moving mission owners and applications behind the VDSS stack. There's also a side benefit of getting familiar with our automation and orchestration solutions to establish your onboarding and baseline application configurations. We've been down this road many times, so here's some common questions that we see frequently. Can I perform all these functions on a single box? Well, sort of, but no. You can, but it's not part of the recommended architecture. Do I have to run all of this in a single location? Again, technically you could, but it doesn't align with the reference architecture that we're providing for customers. This one is less of a question and more of a statement, and that's, I will only use one CSP. And this comes up a lot. And my response to that is, so you're moving 100% of your applications to the cloud and shutting your data center down tomorrow? The answer is no, and that means you're using a hybrid scenario. You're maintaining a public and a private cloud environment. Can I integrate F5 into a CI/CD pipeline? Absolutely. At the minimum, we recommend an infrastructure as code model. Can you explain the nuances of different CSPs and architectures? Absolutely, but not in a 5-minute video. And the end result here is we want you to know that you're not alone. If you want some guidance, some lessons learned, and some best practices, we're here. See you next time.